Welcome to Clock It, where your opinion is what wins you the game. Today we are joined by our incredible contestants. She is our favorite fashionista. I'm gonna come to you next. First, I'm gonna go to him because I'm gonna switch it up today. Myk is here, our favorite baking realtor. Hey, Myk.
Hey, friend.
How you feeling?
I'm good. You done switched it up.
I did.
What it mean?
I had to come to you first. You know, I wanted to give you love and appreciation first.
Thank you. Nobody ever thought about me.
You know, today I thought about you, friend. I did. And she's our favorite fashionista from Instagram and all of these social media platforms. Help me welcome Devyni. Hey, girl.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Doing good. Happy to be here.
Yes, it is always a pleasure to have you both in the building. And as you know, this game is just not about getting these answers right. You got to know what you're talking about, and you have to clock it. So, are y'all ready to get this game started? First question coming right at you. Here we go. Who says a woman's value decreases as she has more kids? Devyni.
Cam Newton.
It is indeed Cam Newton. Now, let the record show. How many kids does Cam have?
9.
Okay, he has 9 kids. So it's very ironic that he's talking about said situation. Where did he say this at and why?
He said this on the It's Giving podcast. He was doing an interview and he was asked this question basically, do you feel like women's value decreases when they have more children with different men? And he wholeheartedly agreed.
Wholeheartedly agrees, but he is very much a man who is choosing not to settle down with any of these women. So technically, does that make him a part of the problem? Myk, do you agree with this statement?
No, absolutely. So I feel like Cam just be talking for one. Let's just say that. As far as with the statement itself, yes and no. I don't agree as far as women. I feel like women always hold their value no matter when it comes to the actual kids. What I agree with is Cam actually stating it because I feel like it shows a light on him. And I know even with the conversation that he had with his baby mama about the whole situation, to me, I feel like he's kind of projecting and saying like, hey, a man like me don't date.
Yeah.
So he's stating as far as like his preference. So for some reason, he wouldn't want to date a woman like that even though he has 10 kids. 20, 30 kids. So I think he's just kind of shining a light on himself.
Well, I think he should be the most understanding in this situation, being that you have 9 kids and you chose not to marry any of your baby mamas. You are a part of the problem, so you should have a better understanding of how this works. And you should be the one that's willing to take in the woman with multiple kids from multiple baby daddies, if you ask me.
I mean, but
didn't his ex-fiance, I think, have a kid before they had 4 kids?
So she did.
I guess he was showing that he may be the kind of man that would accept those kids, but that's not what they out here doing.
That's not, no.
Okay. And did he say something to her in specific about this topic? What do you have to say to that?
He told her that if a man can't accept her and her children, then that's not the man for her. Which basically I think kind of roots back to what Myk was saying. Like he was trying to let her know like this how they are out here, and he might be one of them.
But Cam is controlling too.
Absolutely.
Because he had that last time where I guess with the statement with Jasmine and the whole dating thing, what she need to provide, what he don't need to provide. So I think it's a double standard type situation for sure.
Yeah.
And I think he is, like I say, he's projecting of who he is.
Yeah. Very much projecting on who he is wholeheartedly. All right, Devyni, 100 points you have on the board. Myk, you are at 0, but we got many more opportunities for you to get them points up. Who gifted Gabrielle Union therapy sessions early in her career? Myk.
Oh, okay. Tisha Campbell.
It indeed was Tisha Campbell. Now, why do you think she gifted Gabby these therapy sessions?
For one, I love Tisha Campbell. Tisha Campbell is truly a girl's girl. So basically from what she was saying is that she saw something in Gabrielle Union where she knew she was going to be that it factor. With Tisha being in the industry, she was in the industry since she was a kid, basically. So she knows what that comes with. And I think that she didn't want to see Gabrielle damaged. And we know with the industry, it plays with your mind a lot. If we look at a lot of people like Tisha Campbell, Charlamagne, everybody talks about the mental health towards the end.
Yeah.
So I feel like she was preparing Gabrielle Union and creating that foundation of like, hey, I don't really see anything wrong with you, but to prepare you, let me go ahead and give you this. So I really love that she did that.
Yeah, I love it too. And this was at a time where therapy wasn't really talked about as much. We're not talking about now, we're talking about years ago. I think when she was even on Martin, like that's how long ago this was. How many sessions did she gift Gabby, and what was Gabby's response to this gift?
She gifted her 10 sessions, which is awesome, and she was super appreciative, and to this day, she's still talking about it, which just shows how much of an impact it made on her life. To have like a role model see her, gift her something that's so special and impactful that's going to help her carry along her career, I think it's just amazing.
Let's hear Gabby talk about this on Angie Martinez's podcast.
She recognized that I was struggling, and she was like, Gab, are you seeking therapy? Have you ever had a Black therapist, a Black woman therapist? And I was like, if it's out of copay, like if it's out of my, I can't afford that.
Because you're a young actress at this time?
I'm a young actress, yeah. And I'm like, I can't afford out of pocket. Like it's got to be, And she was like, that will never be an excuse for you. She's like, I got it. And she paid for the first, it was a lot of sessions.
Wow.
With the therapist I still have to this day.
That's great.
That
That's
is
dope.
beautiful.
That's really dope.
Do you think this is something that will forever stick with Gabby, Myk?
Absolutely. She's clearly still talking about it now. What I'm hoping is that what was gifted to her, she does it to somebody else.
Yes, that's a
That
good
would be
one.
dope.
That is a great one. Once we get the tools and knowledge and materials that we need, I think it's imperative as Black people, human beings, that we reach back and we do the same for somebody else. So I love that you said that, Myk. All right, both of you are tied, 100 points on the board. Let's break this tie by advancing on to our next question. A lawsuit was filed challenging which restaurant for its boneless wings label? Devyni.
Buffalo Wild Wings.
It indeed was Buffalo Wild Wings. Now, why is the boneless buffalo wings being the label being challenged?
Basically, the guy who was suing said that he thought it was going to be like a chicken wing, but without the bone. That's what he thought boneless wings meant.
Okay.
And that's not what y'all gave him.
This is wild because I feel
What you
like
got?
boneless wings have been out for over 2 decades, at least 20, 25 years. And so how do we just now get to this? This is your first time in your life having a boneless wings. Myk, break this down for me. What is the difference between a boneless wing and a chicken nugget?
Nothing at all, honestly. If you really want to be honest, if you're going to make a boneless wing or a chicken nugget, technically the true form is to cut up chicken breasts, bread them, and then make them.
Yeah.
But if you want to be distinctive between like the actual restaurants, well, we know some of this stuff ain't even real meat.
Yeah.
But let's use McDonald's for example. I believe they got like crushed up meat, different chicken parts that's like smushed together, and they fry it that way.
Yeah.
And then when you have the actual boneless,
Chick-fil-A, like a
Chick-fil-A or somebody like
Yeah.
that, then yeah, it's the chicken breast. So it's all the same thing. It ain't what
To
he's
me.
trying to say that it is.
Yeah, and I don't know if you just made your way on Earth because this has been how it's been for a very long time. But hey, I digress. We learn something new every day. Did this lawsuit stand in court?
No.
No, it did not. Was it dismissed? Was it thrown
It
out?
was definitely dismissed. Basically, they were saying like the description on the name and the description on the menu is just that. You can't take it as Bible.
industry thing.
It is just the name, and you should know by now.
And that's a great point because there is a description there to tell you what it is. So, sir, I'm sure you read that description, and nowhere did it say we're taking the bone out and leaving you with just the scraps. Listen, every day is something with these people. Let me tell you. Devyni, 200 points you have. Myk, you're at 100. Here's our last question in round 1. Which talk show is under FCC enforcement review after hosting a Senate candidate? Myk.
Like, God, no. The View.
It is indeed The View. Now, why is this a violation according to the FCC?
So basically, according to them, the reason why they said that they violated was because they had one candidate and not the other. So they had a Democratic candidate on the show, and I want to do more research because I'm like, did the person ask to be on the show? Did y'all invite the person to be on the show? Is there a certain time limit that you're supposed to have somebody else on the show? But basically, I was saying because they didn't have both candidates, that it was against the extra rules, so they got fined for it.
Okay. Very weird rule, but hey, it is what it is. What did shows like why did shows like The View think that they were safe from this FCC rule?
Because usually talk shows are not fined or they're not looked at in the same view. They're usually overlooked when it comes to something like this. Usually like news broadcasts or something like that have to abide by these rules, but talk shows usually go under the radar.
Yeah. And this was a time where they said no, they were very particular about what it is when this rule was enforced. Stephen Colbert had a similar issue. Tell us about that, Mike.
Yeah, so he basically had the same candidate on, but the difference between this and The View was the fact that they actually blocked his show. So they wouldn't let his show air at all. So in order for his show to actually be seen, they had to put it on YouTube because they had different rules, and that was the only way.
Okay, so this just seems to be getting hit with everybody. Who was the Senate candidate, and did this hinder his campaign in any way?
James Tallarico, and actually, no, it helped him. He raised $2.5 million because of those appearances on those TV shows, so it helped him a lot. So I feel like it might be a Democratic-Republican thing, like, oh, I saw that he made this money and he got all this off of this. Violation. And
he black. So let's keep it real.
Oh, let's keep it all the way real.
If it was on their side, this wouldn't have really been a thing, but because he decided to make this move and they didn't first, oh, now we got to make a big fuss about it.
Right.
This is a chess and checker situation wholeheartedly, even though the game agrees, as you can see. They said we're absolutely right on with what we're saying. All right, guys, so that brings us to the end of round 1 of Clock It. And what do you know? Both of you are tied up. Even though it's not reflecting right now, there is a tie.
Okay.
200
for Devyni. That's it.
200 for Mike. Mike, you got some extra points there. I guess the game really liked your answer and what you said, okay? Mike, how are we feeling about round 1 so far?
It's good. Like I say, the game is predicting the outcome of the actual game. So I'm not mad at that. So, I mean, it's okay, girl. You know, everybody win, everybody lose, but I don't. But other than that, you know, I'm here. I'm here to stay.
Okay, Devyni, do you think you're here to stay? I know before the game started, you were talking about how you were winning this thing today.
I am, and still am, so we'll see.
We'll definitely see how this is going to play out. Let's go ahead and break this tie by advancing on to our first question in round 2. Which Florida school was fined $1.72 million over cartel-linked tuition payments?
Ding.
Ding, ding, ding.
Girl, it ain't working. Ding.
Maybe it's your point.
Bing.
We're going to go ahead.
Raise hands.
Mike was first. Mike, let's go with you.
I said it with a raised hand.
You did say it. Mike, give us that answer.
IMG.
It is IMG. You are absolutely correct. I'm very familiar with IMG. Fun fact, this is where my hometown is. Tell us what IMG Academies is, Mike.
So what's funny is I actually thought about you when I read this. When I read Brady's, I said Koiya did it. I know you.
Not for one.
Right, Koiya did it.
Oh, no, I did it. Hold on. We got no links to the cartel. No links. I rebuke that in the name of Jesus, okay?
Amen. We rebuke it. But no, IMG is a school for a lot of big sport heads. So you got like football, basketball. I want to say it originally started with tennis, but a lot of prestigious athletes.
I love that word.
Yes. They go to this school, and yeah.
IMG over here with the cartel links. Now, how are they connected to the cartel, Devyni?
So basically what happened, 2 of the students, the athletes, their parents paid their tuition and that money was linked to the cartel.
Oh, okay. So they were accepting the money from the cartel. Now, isn't there a whole process that should happen? Like, Mike, shouldn't they technically have caught this before there was an internal investigation that happened?
They should have, and I absolutely 100% feel they did catch it. But I feel like just one of them situations where they were like, well, the check cleared, so we good. I think they thought that it was not going to get caught. But my thing is because, I mean, it's a school that's accepting loads of money. So that's not like it's the first payment or the last payment that's going to be that big. Because they were like 90, 98 to almost $100,000 that's being accepted per year. So with them receiving a transaction like that, I'm pretty sure they're like, oh, they're not going to flag it. But I mean, come on now. Let's look at where we at. Let's look at where it's coming from.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they was going to catch it, for sure.
Had to be,
especially with the foreign investor.
There had to be some kind of red flags there. Now, how many violations did they have, and how much do they have to pay, Devyni?
89. which is crazy. 89 violations.
Okay.
And then they had to pay $1.72 million.
Ooh-wee.
But hey, they got it.
Yeah,
With
clearly.
$100,000 tuition
Clearly.
per
Yeah,
year
that's like
per
10
student.
kids.
Clearly, I hope
They
they
say
saved the
they
money
got
that they
it.
got.
17 kids, that's nothing. There's a whole school of people giving $100,000 per. This is insane.
Mm-hmm.
You are paying a lot of money to go to school. I'm not knocking it at
Let
all.
me apply.
Yes, let you apply.
work there.
I was gonna say you need to be a teacher.
Yes.
What sport would you be training there? Because it is a
Tennis.
sports tennis.
Yes.
You're good at tennis.
I can be.
Okay, all right. Well, that tells us all we need to know there. Devyni, you got 200 points, Mike. You're at 300. Let's keep it rolling, man. Next question. They are hilarious. Who is standing 10 toes down on his 2021 Rolling Loud statement? Devyni.
The baby.
Ugh.
It indeed is the baby. Now, remind us of this statement that the baby made.
Okay. He basically said, he made a vulgar statement about AIDS, HIV, people having it. He made a vulgar statement about giving fellatio out in the parking lot. Very wild comments that he's now standing 10 toes down about, but before he was backtracking. So we got to figure, what you want to say?
Yeah. You got to stand 10 toes down with the original from the beginning. Now it was like you backtrack. Now you're back to the original thing you said. How does he feel now about the statement he made then?
He is basically regretting not standing 10 toes down on being ignorant in the first place.
Talk to me.
Yeah, and like I said, I feel like with situations like this, I can't wait till we get past the whole podcast situation because everybody at this point almost is ignorant to me. And I hate the fact that even the person that was with him is like they were just kind of feeding off of each other's ignorance. And he contradicted himself so much in this session between the stuff that he first said before and what he's coming back now with it. And my thing is, if you as real as you say that you are, you would have stood 10 toes down. But if you was truly real, you would educate yourself first before coming back years later to still then be ignorant.
Let's take a look at how the baby feels now about those statements he made in 2021.
One thing I agree with this situation, like not bucking all the way, like because I set back. Oh no, I ain't got no not bucking all the way.
Side there because there's a lot of ignorance going on, specifically to the HIV and AIDS comment. Now, did it seem like the baby was targeting one specific group with his words?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because he kept mentioning like certain things as far as propaganda in the media, and we ought to know what that means when it comes to that, as if the media is really pushing a gay community. That he spoke specifically about that community and how they're trying to make it seem so acceptable. But then in one of his videos, he made it seem like he was supportive of his fans from that community. So it's just like, okay, again, what are we doing? You jumped through hoops here. So yeah, so he was trying to, which again is the ignorance of believing that HIV and AIDS is tied to just one community.
Yeah.
When initially, honestly, the main community that's affected is the black community.
100%.
Not only that, the women of our community, you know what I'm saying, is the top one. So that's why I feel like the education really needs to come in.
Yeah.
And these type of conversations, we really need to stop. So the baby, go on and get yourself together. I really want to like him, but it's just like, I can't.
To Mike's point, black women account for 60% of new HIV cases among women in the United States. So you're trying to target one specific audience with ignorance and not having
And destroying your people.
Yeah, 100%. Not even knowing that, like, hey, we are getting it from heterosexual men, which you identify as. But I digress.
Hey.
All right, guys, let's keep it rolling on to our next question.
Know you're my chart.
Who is allegedly expecting a baby boy? Heavy on the alleged. Mike.
Chris Brown.
It is indeed Chris Brown. How do we even know this information? Because we know everything about Chris is normally, you know, under wraps, very secretive. So how we found this out?
His previous baby mama, Diamond. So she is very upset right now because according to her, Chris is bothering her and messing up her previous relationship. So she is out there trying to out him with every single thing. So she is alleging that he's messing up the relationships. She's alleging that he has a baby boy on the way, and her and the alleged baby mama now is going back and forth. And Chris like, I'm out of it, I ain't having it.
Yeah, how did Chris and his current girlfriend respond to all of this happening on social media? Well, she was airing out a lot.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So Chris basically said he's not here for no internet tactics, antics. But the girlfriend, she had time today. So she went and spilled everything she had to say, which in my opinion, it was giving, you're just listening to what your man has to say, which, okay, my man.
Yeah.
But don't discount his baby mama because she was there first. She has experiences with him that you know nothing about.
Yeah.
And that's what she is telling on her side, basically saying all the things. And she was the one who actually spilled the tea about her being really pregnant. She solidified it and that he's having a boy.
Because I was going to say, never in any of this back and forth did they deny anything.
Right.
So to me, I was just like, is this kind of like confirming without confirming? That's what it gave to me, at least. That's all I'm saying. Seems like there is a baby on the way. All right, we got more questions in round 2. Let's keep it rolling. Next one. Which America's Next Top Model judge is revealing a stroke left him paralyzed? Devyni.
Jay Alexander, Miss J.
Miss J, a.k.a. Jay Alexander. Take a look at what Miss J had to say.
I'm the person who taught Miles how to walk. I taught Miles how to walk, and now I can't walk. Not yet. Not yet. I'm determined to walk.
Did Tyra come and visit you?
No, not yet. She just sent me a text. That she wants to come and visit me. But no, not yet.
I feel like that not yet at the end had a little shade there in true Miss J form. Now, was this a hard watch knowing how much light he brought to the show, Devyni?
So hard. I loved America's Next Top Model Down, and I've been watching the documentary. I haven't finished it yet, but to see him in that state is so hard. He was walking. He was strutting for the girls, teaching them how to strut, and now to not be able to walk is crazy. So I really hope that he gets to walk again.
I definitely hope that he does too. Why do you think Tyra has yet to visit him?
So first, let me say this: everybody need to be held accountable, other than just Tyra. Let's just say that. But that's a conversation for another day.
Great point.
But as far as her not visiting him, I feel like it could be a mix of things. Time. We don't know exactly what their communication is. It was especially in the documentary showed, you know, her firing them and their relationship kind of going down. And she probably feel real guilty. Yeah, she probably, and then on another part, just seeing the documentary, I'm like, maybe she don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is hard to say. We know Tyra is a busy woman, but I hope after seeing this, she chooses to at least say something. All right, guys, well, it is that time where we advance on to our very last question in round 2. So here we go. Who was the first player to be signed to the WNBA? Devyni.
Cheryl Swoops.
It indeed was Cheryl Swoops. Now tell me more about her.
I remember her name by Swoop. But anyway, Cheryl Swoops is the first WNBA player to be signed ever, which is crazy to think about the time where there was no WNBA. She also is a 3-time gold medalist for the Olympics, and she's part of the top 15 players in the WNBA period, which is amazing.
Okay.
So many accolades.
So many accolades. As you know, it's Black History Month, and we are dropping them gems, educating you about all Black excellence throughout the entire month. And Cheryl is definitely one of those ones. Like, the first person to be signed to the WNBA. Like, that's crazy. And, Mike, it was only in, like, 1996. That's not that long ago.
Yeah,
1996, not that long ago at all. You weren't even born yet, were you?
No,
Oh,
I wasn't born until like 2005.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay,
Youngin'.
Mike, here we go. Either way, that brings us to the end of today's episode of Clock It. And what do you know? Devyni is today's winner. All right, girl, I see you.
Come on, boots on the ground.
She is going to be the one that is crowned with our clock. Yes, love to see that for you.
Yes,
all right,
yes.
Devyni, looking good. Looking great. We love it. Look at that. All right, Myk, as always, it is a pleasure to have you join us. Devyni, thank you for being here. And to our viewers at home, we'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place, for another episode of Clock It.